What's up, gamers with a Y? It is I, Daniel. As I said earlier in the first recording, Cuckleberry Finn, here with Tomboy Soy Boy.
That's it.
Finn Soy Boyer.
Anyway, hi guys, I'm Nick Meyer. I'm with Danny today, and we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna have a live milking session. Sorry, a live milking. Sorry.
Nick Milk, Danny Milk, Nick Milk, Danny Milk.
Yeah, we're finally, so it's like when Scrub Daddy released Scrub Mommy, but it's when Nick Milk, the brand, released its subdivision of its company, Danny Milk.
Nick, where can people, say hi to Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick Meyer. I'm a voice actor and resident idiot online. My name is my name, Nick Meyer. You can find me everywhere at Nick Meyer on everything.
That's crazy. Nick Milk coming soon to a store near you.
Nick milking soon. Sorry.
Nick milking soon.
Nick milking soon. Find out next time on
Fox News.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me and Ben Shapiro are about to make the worst segment you've ever fucking seen. Can we? Yeah. Let's YouTube video. Welcome back to my channel.
Today, everyone. I asked you guys on my Instagram what your favorite fanfic tropes were, and y'all answered. Guess what the top answer was?
Enemies to lovers.
Obviously.
You unoriginal pieces of shit. Kidding.
I asked you guys what your favorite fanfic tropes were, and we're gonna rank them through S tier through F tier because I'm here to judge you. God is not. So that's what we're gonna do.
Are you saying you're God, Danny?
I didn't say I wasn't.
New God complex just dropped. Do you guys want to worship me? Sorry. Anyway.
Nick is my Adam.
Who's trying to be my Eve? I got a rib to spare. I got a few other bones too if you want to pick them.
Do not eat the apple, Nick.
Don't eat that. But I'm hungry.
Stop.
All right. Yeah. Video.
We're gonna rank these fanfic tropes from F to S on how much we think they are good. How are we gonna rank these? Like what's the standard practice? Like we need something to base it off.
It is strictly vibes. It is our judgment.
Okay.
So it's just how we feel about them. And
there you go.
If
That's
it's
what
arbitrary and inconsistent, take it up with God, not Danny.
I didn't say I was God. Now, first one, obviously, enemies to lovers. Because that was the most popular one.
Yeah, the most popular one. Naturally, is
that like the most popular fanfic trope? You think, in any AU fanfic?
If I went on AO3 right now, it might not be the most popular in terms of the number of works. I would definitely say it's the most well known.
It's the most homogenous with the idea of fanfic.
Of fanfic, yeah, for sure.
So we were talking a little bit about this earlier, and I personally think that a lot of fanfics revolving around enemies to lovers, they're not actually enemies to lovers.
Yeah, they're normally rivals of some sort, or they have some sort of a chip on each other's shoulder, or yeah, they're trying to one up each other in some way. Because even in the whole Draco Harry aspect, it's not like they are enemies to the point of they're gonna kill each other. They almost did, LOL. I watched Harry Potter once. I think, but they aren't inherently blood-sworn enemies. Yeah,
exactly. It's if another I'd say the most popular example of enemies to lovers in the past couple years is Deku and Bakugo.
Okay, yeah. But
they're not enemies.
Yeah.
They're just rivals, and one just hates the other vehemently because they have a lot of a lot of issues.
So I feel in some way it's hatred to lovers is an ideal breakdown of it, because it's in one way or another they don't like each other, and then they do like each other.
What's an actual example of enemies to lovers?
Actual villain actually hates each other and then they fall in love.
Yes.
Well, I guess I mentioned
looking
it
up
before.
enemies to lovers on AO3 right now, and I'm trying to find.
I would say the whole Zuko Katara thing, I would really, because they really were on opposite ends of a war. And then
but they're
not lovers, but they're not necessarily blood-sworn enemies, but they do come from two rivaling factions.
I'd give it an A tier just because of its popularity and to the amount of body, the amount of work that surrounds it, and with that much work, some of it has to be good.
Yeah. You know? I think for me personally, I am okay. I like it. I like any stories that involve tension. And so I think that's why it's so popular and why it's so easy to write. Tension in stories is what makes a story, not knowing what happens next. It's you know, the hero's journey type shit. It's like when it's baked into it, it makes it easier. So when you already have that dynamic, it already creates tension. You don't know where it's gonna turn. Even if you know the ending, that they're gonna end up together, there's that.
It's just the process of getting to there.
It's
Again,
inherently,
that's the story.
Yeah, it's inherently page turning because you're like, how the fuck did they go from A to B? For me personally, like, I do enjoy the tension. I like when they get little fights.
I have a I have a
little
whole series around it, you know?
Yeah, it's like I like the whole I hate you so much. You know, like that, like love that.
I wouldn't give it an S tier though, just because of the amount of ways it's misconstrued though. I think it's very easy to fall into the trap of rivals to lovers rather than enemies.
Yeah, I just don't think that there are really many good examples of true enemies to lovers, and that's okay. Like, enemies to lovers is just a lot more succinct and all-encompassing than rivals to lovers, because people do write stories about the two, you know,
I mean,
Megamind and the guy that's in Megamind that's not Megamind, you know? Like, if they started...
Markiplier! I love Markiplier.
Markiplier's mom follows me on Instagram. Did you know that?
What? That's crazy, bro.
Mamaplier? Yeah, when I worked for Cloak, she I didn't know she put me on her Instagram story and said, "Everyone stay calm." And then followed me on Instagram, and I didn't know. And I got a DM on Instagram, a DM request, and it was like, "Dude, Markiplier's mom follows you here." And I responded, and I never responded to my DM request, but I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" And they're like, "Look it up, at Mamaplier." And I did. And then I talked to like a couple of friends who work for Cloak, and I was like, "Is this common?" And they're like, "Yeah. Every new little handsome man that gets added to Cloak, Mamaplier's like, you know." So anyway,
Christ.
I was the flavor of the month for Mamaplier's mom.
There you go. You're going up on the calendar.
I know, white boy of the month for real.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I had like an example came to mind of enemies to lovers, and it's not a good one, but it's just one I thought of, and it's Batman and Talia al Ghul.
Oh, yeah. No, that is a good one. That is a really good enemies to lovers.
But they don't. No, Catwoman and Batman is a much better example.
Yeah.
Because Talia al Ghul, like they're not around anymore. They do not like each other. But Catwoman and Batman, I'd say that's enemies to lovers, right? Because strictly a villain.
Yeah, strictly a villain turned into a somewhat anti-hero into getting railed.
She changed moral philosophies for that bat dick.
All right, next trope.
A tier, moving on. Mafia boss, contract killer. I hate Mafia fanfics. Hate.
So, as a mafioso POV TikToker.
Wait, what? Actually? You?
No, I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
I was calling out all the people that we know that are that used to be POVers.
Me.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Oh, okay. Me.
Yeah.
It's me. And the joke was directed at me.
The joke was directed at Dannyphantom.
I'm dumb.
I do POV content now, but it's silly goofy, not I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy, and I'm gonna make sure
I'm gonna put my finger in your butt.
I'm gonna make sure you're safe, darling. I'm gonna take you out of this life. I can fix you. It's like, I don't like it because any trope that involves like I'm fixing the bad person who's bad to me. I just don't like it, because it's like, oh yeah, the first time I met him, he hit me so hard I passed out, but he will be nice to me in 4 or 5 chapters.
Exactly.
I just don't like it.
It's I don't know, it just gives off such like, very specifically, I don't know why Mafia just gives off such like what, like it's like
they're just,
I don't want to say like middle school vibes.
No, it does. No, I was gonna say like the whole idea of a bad boy. I feel like the Mafia trope is so way over here, whereas like a bad boy that can be helped, it's more of like a hurt soul. So like hurt soul storylines are really good. Look at Alucard in fucking Castlevania.
Yes.
That is a hurt soul that can be fixed and saved. You know, not necessarily like fix him, but like that is a storyline where he's not going to outright beat you to death, but he does not like humanity. He does hate humanity. They killed his mom and dad, shit, you know? So that's really like a really good example of like hurt soul fanfic or a hurt soul story.
Exactly.
And so
but
when you have
is just
Mafia,
so far removed from that. It's just
yeah.
like the
It's really
like
impersonal.
the worst. It's like the worst you can get, and then it's obviously like fanfics aren't realistic, but it's just so like. Again, I can only really describe it as middle school vibes because it's just it's so detached from like any grounded like storyline that it just doesn't make any sense to me. I personally would put that at F tier.
Yeah,
It is like I've never seen a good Mafia fanfic, and if you have one, put it in the comments. I guarantee you it's not good, and you just have bad taste.
Yeah, and you're probably just 14. Like. And now anytime I hear Mafia, I just think of those mobile game ads that are like, level 100 crime boss, level 1 grunt. And then it's like, my Mafia boss has 10 million power. How much does yours have? You know, it's like, that's all I think of now anyway. So F! Fuck you, Mafia fanfic.
Yeah, it gets an F. It's bad. They're all bad. I'm sorry. They're just all bad. If you like Mafia fanfics, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they absolutely suck dick. R.I.P. How dare you? Next one.
All right. I don't know if this is really a, I guess, trope, but it's just femdom and male sub.
Oh, yeah, an M sub audio. That's what I do. No.
Whimpering audio. Whimpering would be better.
Whimpering would be better. That's a little callback. I actually, oh, really quick sidebar. I hadn't watched any of the YouTube videos we made on your birthday or when you and Arnie were in town, and I went back, and the comments were so nice to me. I hadn't read them. Like, I'd never look at comments on anything anymore. And so I looked at it, and it was like, Nick is so wise. It's because you're a likable person. Yeah, it was like, Nick is so wise. And I was like, I don't remember anything I said on there. I only remember the Wales country song.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was, oh, say, we are Wales, or something like that. So this trope is the...
I guess just femdom male sub.
Male sub. That's just like a specific. That's like more of like a. I don't know if I would. All right. So all right. Let me encapsulate it in the fanfic world. Is taking a character that is either normally dominant and taking a character that is either dominant or more submissive, in the story. So like, let's say we have Bakugo getting domed by. What's a fucking character in that show?
Uraraka.
Yeah, Uraraka or something like that. I think those are fun. I think power dynamic shifting is really fun.
It's not just femdom male sub. We're switching the dynamic of.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of it more as like a of a power dynamic switching style of story. Because I personally think those are good for like one shots. I don't think it's conducive for a whole story arc. Yeah, because you have to rewrite the characters entirely.
Exactly. So I think for like a
unless
one shot.
Well, unless Bakugo is like secretly submissive and he's only dominant like that. I guess that might be a little.
I mean, like that makes sense, but isn't that just like what's the term? That's tsundere. What is it? Fucking.
I don't fucking know those terms.
But like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do know what you're talking about, yeah.
And like secret softy, Isn't that just what that is then?
But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it'd be more like that. This one's really ambiguous. So in terms of like just on the surface, male sub stuff is fun. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's more men than you know are submissive. And based on the patriarchal structures that AMAB people are raised under, there's a level of like, if you aren't choking somebody your first time seeing them, you're not a man, which is very bizarre and very harmful.
It's something that a lot of people have worked really hard to break their way of thinking, which I know I have. I've had to work a lot at it, but it's worth it for sure.
And you find yourself like, in terms of submission is normally tied to femininity or femme people, and so when you break false. But when you break your ties to the patriarchal structure, this is not to say like I am not somebody who's still benefiting from the patriarchy. I'm also not saying that I'm perfect in my mindset or my actions, but note to all the AMAB people that are watching this potentially, when you break yourself from that mold to any degree, you're probably going to want something in your butt.
Message to AMAB people. Anal.
Spread your cheeks.
Get them open. Wipe your ass. Use lube.
Yeah, and also wipe your ass. Again, I should reiterate that before and after.
Wipe your ass. Yeah.
And in general, wash your ass.
Use protection too. Use protection.
Wash your ass.
Protection, lube, soap. There you go.
Get rid of the 3-in-1 shampoo, body wash, and conditioner.
Oh god.
Or the 4-in-1. Add body fuel or like jet fuel to that.
Did you just say add jet fuel to that?
Yeah, like make it a 4-in-1 because it's like body wash, hair shampoo, conditioner, and jet fuel.
Jet fuel. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually why 9/11. So
okay,
rating.
Are we rating femdom a male sub, or are we rating?
Let's rate
like
that. Let's
dynamic
rate that.
switching.
No,
Okay.
let's rate the femdom. Femdom. Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, women who could kill you are hot. I'm putting that on an S tier.
That's an S tier. No, if I look at Karlach, Lae'zel in Baldur's Gate 3. Lae'zel I hate a little bit.
Lae'zel's a fascist. Lae'zel is a fascist.
But she stops being a fascist later.
That's like me trying to watch Hunter x Hunter and saying it gets good after 3 seasons. I do not want to wait till the literal end of the game for me to like her.
You're right. But anyway, so let's rate it. Yeah, I would say it's an S tier as well. I love allowing myself to submit, and so the idea in that fantasy is, it's a good.
As a dude who's into very hot, attractive, strong women, go to town, baby girl. Moving on. Okay, well, this is just pretty because we were talking about this earlier. Rivals to lovers.
Rivals to lovers. Yeah. I love it. I love rivals to lovers.
Immediately, I'm going to S tier. I'm going to S tier.
Rivals to lovers, cut and dry. I really enjoy.
It's so good. When I was competing in with people in high school and stuff. Like obviously, high school, you're a horny bastard anyway.
Yeah, and you also that's the space where you're pit against your peers in a more direct way, more than anything.
Exactly, and it's just listen. I will say, I have had when I would wrestle, after the match, I would hit up my competitor.
Yeah, so I like rivals to lovers. I like the built-in tension, like I was saying earlier.
I think rivals to lovers is better than enemies to lovers because there's not that. Well, obviously there's shared animosity, but it's not hatred. There's not that hurdle to get over.
There's,
I don't know.
You don't have to
it's
jump.
Not like,
you don't have to jump through hoops with rivals to lovers because you're already in a space where you both have some you have something to bring to the table. You have something positive to the table because otherwise you wouldn't be competing.
Exactly.
And
maybe
also,
I like it just because it's more grounded. I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I definitely think it is more grounded, and it's more. It's something that we've all experienced to a degree. We've all experienced having, if not necessarily like a fucking soul rival, we've experienced competitive environments from a very young age, and so being able to kind of relinquish that competitiveness and give away to a more primal desire or feeling or emotion is really freeing. So it's okay, I don't need to compete against this person. I don't need to feel less than them. We can now be equals in a lot of ways,
Yeah. I'm putting it at S tier immediately.
S tier. W.
S tier.
W, rivals to lovers.
I think, personally, my favorite fanfic trope. That was easy. Next one. Forced relationship to actual lovers.
I think that's an A tier. What do you think? You give yours. You give yours and I'll explain.
See, if you're forced to spend time with someone, it either goes, in my opinion, in my experience, one of 2 ways. Either you end up really close or you hate each other.
Yeah. Is it so oftentimes problematic and not okay and traumatic in its base? Yes. Does it also make my body burn in a sexy way sometimes? Yes, because imagine I'm locked away as a prisoner with this big sweaty person, and then after 4 months of being forced to be stuck there, suddenly we're that kind of turns me on. So that's why I say it's A tier.
That's all I'm saying.
That's why I like it A tier, because I don't like making choices. All right? I said it.
Are you bisexual or pansexual?
Well, all right. The differences between bisexuality and pansexuality are very.
I never understood the difference. I think it's just a preference in labels.
In literally terminology, because oh my god, am I about to soapbox this? You can speed this up in the video. Anyway, sorry.
So no, you're good. You're good. That was great. We'll speed that up. We'll put a script over it, and people could slow it down to 0.5 speed if they want to listen to the whole thing, because it's very important, actually. That's why I don't define my sexuality, because I think it's dumb and I don't care.
I think,
if there's a hole, there's a goal. Open them cheeks, baby.
Yeah, I just think that the more that we separate, I think that pansexual people and bisexual people should be closer to each other in the same way that I think everyone in the LGBT community should find the ways that they are similar, not all of the ways that they're different. So which one were we talking about again?
Forced proximity in any capacity.
I do think you can say,
on the basis that is a little problematic, just because of how it's very much oftentimes a toxic relationship to begin with, and then evolves into sometimes a better, not toxic relationship. I'm gonna put it at a C, maybe B tier.
Yeah, all right, I agree. I was gonna go down to B. I'll give it a B.
All right, we'll give it a B tier.
Give it a B.
B tier for could be better.
Anyways,
next one. Okay, CEO.
Like the boss of the company.
The boss of the company.
I
have a very strong opinion on CEO.
Okay.
And it's that I either love it or I hate it. It could either go the path of Mafia, or it could be one of my favorite things in the world. So when I was younger, I'm gonna be honest, when I was in high school, I didn't know I was like queer yet. I read a lot of manhwa and a lot of like stuff like that. And I was like, I love seeing dudes being guys. And I didn't know I was a little fruity. I thought I was straight. I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah, this makes sense. This works for me. I think in general, in power differential storylines, where like the person, one person has obviously a lot of the power in the situation, I think the only way to truly counter all of the like, this is problematic conversations is time. Truly. Because time kind of like alleviates all in the way of, if you slowly establish boundaries and an understanding and a mutual understanding and a trust and a love and a passion, then a lot of that other stuff really doesn't come into play.
Exactly. And that's where the Mafia side comes in, where it's like, if it's too fast and it's just like, you're mine now. It's like, that's just that's just a Mafia AU. And I hate that. And that's why I like it. There's a power differential. Like, the reason why I like it is because there is that power difference. But regardless of where they're coming from, they take that time to meet in the middle on some kind of like, middle ground where they can both have an equal footing in the relationship. And that's why I like it personally.
I agree. I give that like an A tier.
I'd give that an A tier. Again, because it can be really bad. Okay, next one.
All right, do we have another one? Yeah, give me the next one,
Papa. The lucky fan trope.
Oh my god. Okay, I have differing opinions on the lucky fan ever since I've become a content creator to a degree where like now I have fans. So I used to be like, oh my god, the chance to kiss Margot Robbie. And then a lot of those people that like I would like kind of think are attractive online suddenly had the chance to kiss them, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And suddenly I became the subject of the like fan to lover, like I'm the person that people are a fan of sort of thing. And I was like, if you have sex with if you fuck your fan, you're weird. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I really do, because it's
just dangerous and scary.
I'm putting that in jail tier, F tier.
Yeah, jail tier. I don't like it. I don't like it.
The only reason
I even say otherwise is like D tier is because it is fun to have a fantasy, but when that fantasy becomes a possibility, it's a lot more problematic than you think.
So F tier. Next one. Popular / unpopular.
Oh, I think it's so cute. Especially because I was a goofy looking kid. I was weird, bro. So I have the perspective of, again, being a funky kid. So for me, like, unpopular to popular is really cute, because it's a fantasy, as we were saying earlier. Yeah.
Would I date any of the popular kids in my high school? Absolutely not. They were horrible. Never.
No, I like the fanfiction aspect. I like it in fanfiction though. Yeah. I'd give that like a B. I give it like a B.
I give it a B tier because I think it works.
Yeah.
I think it's
works.
cute.
And that's better than we can say than some of the other fucking tropes on here. It works.
Mafia.
Oh, can I put one in the F tier that you haven't even mentioned?
Absolutely. Do you want to talk about it, man?
CNC. F tier.
If you don't know what that is, you'll
don't
learn.
Worry about
Look it up.
Yeah, it's bad. Like, I think, no. F tier. Moving on.
That doesn't even go on the list. That's
no, I
the
literally
worst.
said doesn't even
go
on the list.
Hell. hell.
Yeah.
All right, this one isn't really a trope. It's just kind of a style of, story. It's slow burn. Slow burn is S tier.
Slow burn is S tier. I love slow burn. Me personally, I could not participate in a slow burn relationship due to the fact that when I want something, I get it. I go after it. So when I know I want to be with somebody, I like fight to be
Exactly.
with them.
No,
But
I get that.
In
but
story, I'm like,
no, it's just like
I'm reading that shit.
It's just it's a way to live vicariously and have that, just like that it's just
It's
like
just cute.
it's a slow swell up to it, and then it
Yeah.
eventually just bursts and pops, and then
It's like
one
emotional
small
ejaculation.
it's like a small kiss, and then you're just like, yeah! It's like the whole
Yeah.
joke is just like American characters having sex in the first episode, like K-drama characters holding hands in the third season,
Yeah, no, literally.
To the
I would
fills.
say that slow burn is harder to write, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
because you have to lead on the tension. If you like let it go too long, or if you let small things not happen, then you're gonna lose the audience. But yeah, very
Exactly.
big fan. Yeah.
Love it. S tier immediately. Last one. All right, I'll let you choose this one because we have a couple. I'm gonna read them off to you. Are you ready? I have always loved you. Left alone in a mansion, sharing a bed, reading at a party, amnesia, childhood friends to lovers, unhappy ending, X that blackmails.
Ooh, an unhappy ending.
Okay.
So, I love subversion of expectation. That's what makes good comedy. That's what makes good storytelling. That's what makes good art, is the subversion of expectation. The reason I like an unhappy ending is it leaves you wanting. You want the fulfillment of like seeing the good story play out. It's a good example of, even if something ends up bad or you end up in a bad position, it doesn't mean you went through it for nothing. I have a lot of stories with terrible endings in my life. And so being able to read that enacted in fanfic with reality involved, I think is a lot of fun. And when you rewrite, especially like those fanfics are normally like rewriting the happy ending into a sad ending, I think it's kind of like, it's good to look at a different perspective.
I don't disagree with you, but I do disagree with you.
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
I'm gonna give you an example. One of my favorite movies of all time is La La Land.
Yeah.
The ending destroyed me. I hate it.
Mhm.
Because they don't end up together. They end up on different paths of lives, and they see each other one last time, and then never speak again. And I hate that. I hate, again, there is reality, right? And reality
Yeah.
sucks. There are oftentimes not a lot of happy endings.
Yeah, but at the same
that's-
time, you're not reading a story to relive your life. You're reading a story
Exactly,
to...
yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's like a lot of, I used to read as a form of escapism.
Yeah,
So
no, and that's...
oftentimes I don't like that.
No, that's understandable. So I would say this one's like a C.
I put it at a C. It's not
Yeah.
not horrible. Well, that's our tier list. If we didn't like things that you like, you have bad taste. Anyways, if you have more tropes that you want us to review, maybe in the future, leave those in the comments. Don't say enemies to lovers again. We all know, we all love it. Nick, thank you for joining me today. Where can people find
Oh,
you?
yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Yeah, so you can find me on just about anything at Nick Meyer at literally everything. You can hear audios and watch TikToks and watch YouTube videos and watch me stream 4 days a week. So come check it out.
He's gonna beat Baldur's
And if you
Gate.
sub to me on YouTube, yeah, I'm gonna beat Balls Are Gay finally. But yeah, if you want to sub to me on YouTube, I will be posting again after a 9-month hiatus.
Yay!
Long form content from Nick Meyer, unheard of.
Crazy.
But yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. And don't tell me to collab with Nick. We just hang out because we're friends. That's what we
Yeah,
do. Collab
that's-
with Nick.
yeah.
We're just hanging out.
We're just a couple of buds.
Just a couple of
Just
guys.
a couple of gamers.
Couple of guys being dudes. Anyways, if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. Go sub to Nick. His links will all be in the description for his TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Quinn. So
And Nick Milk coming to stores near
Nick
you.
Milk coming to the Walmart near you. Make sure to look in the cheese aisle. See you later, bitches. Ah!